guys, and hello to this first very practical session after all of the theoretical information that I have shown you in the past courses. Now I am going to show you exactly how to create your first campaign, ad set and ad. Okay, so let's get started. In this little overview here, we are already familiar with. We just go to on account overview, campaign, ad set, ad. We are on campaign level. We're going to create because we want to create a new campaign. So to get started, I would like to start with a traffic campaign, which is the easiest to explain. We click on that. So remember the 10 different objectives and why you should, when you should use each of them. So for now we're going with a traffic one, which is basically going to bring a lot of clicks to our website, and the algorithm optimizes for link clicks. So people that click on your ad and then come to your website. Okay. And you remember, like, conversions and catalog sales are very important for your return on ad spend. But for now we get started with just bringing traffic to your website. Okay. So the only thing that we have to do is we have to choose the right objective and then give it a name. Let's say traffic test. Okay, and the key results can be either landing page views or link clicks. So we do it with link clicks, which is easy because we're doing it in case that we don't even have the pixel installed on our website. If we would have the pixel installed on our website, the landing page views would be even more recommendable, because it means that people don't only click on your ad, but they will even wait until your landing page has loaded. Okay, but this is of course only possible if your website sends back the information via the pixel. Okay, so, but for now we go with link clicks, which is the basic one. Then we can give it a nice name. Maybe let's say we're going to target Spain, woman 18 to 45 years on mobile newsfeed. Okay, so here I already think a lot about who am I going to target with this ad set, and that's it. So the first thing, as you remember, I told you could either bring traffic to your website or you can bring it directly to your Facebook Messenger, so that it will open a conversation with your page. Or if you're in the app business, you can also bring them, of course, to your app. But in our case, very simple, just a website. When you are in retargeting, you could work with those offers, which I like a lot, to be honest. And you can simply then activate them and create an offer. But that's just important when you're in retargeting. Okay, we'll come to that in a later moment. For now, just to get the overview, name, stay with website if you want to bring them to your website, and then here is the section of audience, where you can really segment your potential customers, and you can define to whom are you going to show it. So our objective here was just country Spain, women between 18 and 45 years. So very much straightforward, not that difficult. And also this button here I like a lot. So you can differentiate between everyone in the location, people who live in this location, people who recently have been in this location, or people who have been traveling in this location. So depending on your product, but mostly you want people to live in this location, because that's when they also will have their address there and you can deliver your products to them. So what I recommend is to change from everyone in this location to people who live in this location. Okay, then I would also recommend to work a lot with this potential reach over here. Okay, it says it gives you a right estimate of how many people you will eventually have in this audience. Okay, so if we would say both genders, in Spain, 18 million people. If I would like to target only the women, 9 million. So very nice. It seems to be exactly the equal, but what you can see already here is 8.9 million in men, 9 million in women, but in total all genders would be 18 million. So what do you think? Where do we lose those 100,000 people? Well, it's of course people that have not defined their gender and are in the category unspecified gender, okay? Which we cannot target exactly, just them. But if we go into all, those people will also be included, okay? So that's where the difference between for those 100,000 is. Okay, of course you can go into languages. Let's say you're in Spain, you want to target only the woman, which is 9 million, and then within here you only want people, let's say you're in Barcelona, you want just people who speak Catalan. Then it goes down to less than 1 million. But we said we want all Spain, which is 9 million people. Okay. Here in the detailed targeting, you can bring in your interests and demographics. For example, I want women in Spain and that are interested in fitness. You see, like half of the people is interested in fitness. Or I want people in Spain, women in Spain that have anniversary soon. Okay, not so many. Here are many options, and I would strongly recommend you to just go inside here, take a look at all those options you have, and see what could be interesting for you and your specific business. For example, one button that I recommend mostly, that I recommend a lot, is this one. It's called Engaged Shoppers. Engaged Shoppers. It's in behavior, purchase behavior, engaged shoppers. Okay, so behavior, purchase behavior, engaged shoppers. Okay, this little button here, especially when you're in e-commerce, is super powerful, because you can target only people who have clicked on the call to action button shop now in the past week. Okay, so those, of course, those people are very likely to also purchase from your site, from your ad, if they are already very active online shoppers. And you see in Spain, from those 9 million people, it's 2.6 million that have clicked on shop now in the past week. So that's very interesting for us. Those little ones here exclude people and narrow audience. If you're if you have a programming background, will be and or conditions. So if you add someone here, so people that from those 9 million people, if they are engaged shoppers or are interested in fitness, okay, well, let's try this way, browse interest fitness, it will add, okay, it will say either those people or those people. You show it to, if they fulfill one of those categories, we're good, that's perfect. Okay, but if you then, but another way to do is if you could do narrow audience. Okay, then you say, let's say you have a fitness product and you want to sell it online. That would be a very good case if you would have like just the engaged shoppers that are interested in fitness. Okay, so out of the 2.5, it goes down to 1.9 million. Very good. Okay, or 2.6. And this button I also tried a lot, like expand interest when it may increase links and lower the cost per link click. If I'm honest, I would not recommend it to you. It didn't bring me the best results in my tests. But it basically says that Facebook automatically expands the interest if your detailed target criteria, if there's a chance to reach more people likely to click your link. And the problem is that this one here would only optimize for link clicks and not for conversions. So if you're into sales, for example, this will not be the right way to do it, and that's why I tested it a lot, and I would not recommend it, to be honest. This one here, the connections, this one, of course, I tried a lot, and this one's very interesting, especially when it comes to targeting your fans. Okay, as you might know, like the reach, the organic reach of your website, of your Facebook, of your organic Facebook page always becomes lower and lower. So that's a good way to really make sure that everyone of your fan base will see your ads. If you target people who like your page, for example this one, yeah, it's now loading. That's a good idea to target all those people that really like your page. You can of course target people who do not like your page, so you could exclude all of those people that like your page. Okay, exclude people who like your page. Or what's a very interesting audience for me is also like friends of people who like your page. That's also pretty powerful. Okay, okay, so all of this has been interesting to see to whom can we target. Okay, and now we're going to see exactly where are we going to show the ad to the people. You remember 2 sections before when I showed you this in the theoretical part, and it's very similar here in the real life part as well, like the automated placements, edit placements. And as I said, even though it puts recommended, I would still go for the edit placement one to choose manually, because you can clearly select where you want to show the ad and do not depend on the algorithm so much. Okay. Here between device types, you can choose between mobile and desktop. And for example, if you want to target only Facebook mobile newsfeed or Facebook desktop newsfeed, you would have to deselect all of it, and then you would stay only with Facebook feeds. And this right now, in this selection, it would do as mobile and desktop newsfeed. Okay, but if you want to do only mobile newsfeed, click mobile only, deselect all the rest, and then you would be able to show your ad only on mobile newsfeed. And here, very nice overview. It's a very nice preview. It shows you exactly how it would look like on the different placements. Okay, for example, Instagram stories, like full screen experience like this. Okay, for now we said we only want to target mobile newsfeed, so here we're good to go. For you, I would really recommend you to go into this section and hover with your mouse over all of them, and take a look at this preview. And you could also click on View Media Requirement, which is a very good idea to do. And here you can see the right resolution and pixels and whatever you want. So very, very good to know. So we said mobile newsfeed. We can go down. Specific. We said just in general, so we could target as well Android, feature phones, or iOS. But if you want to go into iOS, for example, you could here select which ones and the minimum version of iOS you're interested in, which usually is a good indicator when you work in fashion industry. Like I tested a lot, like iOS versus Android, and in fashion industry I got significantly better numbers with iOS. Okay, so in prospecting to get new customers, I show my ads mainly to iOS users, and in retargeting, of course, to both, because I want to target every single person that has come to my website already. But for this little test, we go with all mobile devices. Here, crucial part, on ad set level, you really decide how much you are willing to spend. Okay, you could switch between lifetime budget and daily budget. Very important decision that you have to make while you create the ad, because once it is created, it will not be possible to change between daily budget and lifetime budget anymore. Okay, so the question is, what would I recommend? It depends. I love to work with daily budgets, to be honest, because it's more agile. It's you can adjust much faster, and especially when you work with high budgets, I've realized that if you work with lifetime budget, it takes longer to increase your spending, if you want to put more emphasis on one specific ad set, for example. And also if it's easier to manage when you're on beginner level to work with daily budget. So go to daily budget and decide whatever you want here. The only big advantage that lifetime budget has, and it's a pretty strong advantage, is that you will be able to decide specifically when you want to show your ad, so you can do those day part targeting things. What's happening here? Okay, now it works. Nice. So that's a big advantage of lifetime budget. However, for now, I would love to work with daily budget to get started. Let's put, for example, €10 for this ad set. And just get started here. As I said, for now, if we don't have the pixel installed, we just work with link clicks. If we would have the pixel already installed, we could optimize for landing page views, okay, which already requires a communication between your website and Facebook via the pixel. You could also optimize for impressions and daily unique reach, and I will come to that later in more detail, but just for you already to know, like, what's the difference between impression and reach. Well, if you have, for example, 3 people in your audience and you show it to this person 2 times, to the other 2 people you just show it once, so you will have the reach of 3 people, but the impression is 4. Okay, you would have 4 impressions because one person has seen it twice and the other one has seen it just once. So reach 3, but impressions 4. So that's very important to understand, and here you could differentiate what the algorithm should optimize for. But as I said, I would recommend to go for link clicks in this case. All of those advanced topics of bidding we will also carry out in a specific module, but for now it would just be interesting that you leave it as it is, as a default, because default is already a very good option to get started.